All right, guys, welcome to another video. This video is gonna be like a 3 or 4 part video because I like to do a Sunday reset. Typically I do this once a week, but I'm gonna be honest with you, we've been doing a lot of stuff over the weekends, like family visiting us visiting family, and I have not been doing this for the past few weeks. So I don't know what I'm gonna find today, but obviously the apartment does not look like this every single day. I started by opening up the windows or the blinds, and I started with cleaning the glass. Again, that's my favorite spray, glass. You can find it at Publix, Walmart, Target. It's very trendy nowadays. I move all of the furniture when I do this, so I start by the windows. I dust it, and of course the windowsill. I spray the cleaning solution and do multiple wipes with the paper towel. And it's been raining a lot, which is a great blessing, right? Because water gets to the plants and all the things, but the creepy crawlies are coming out to play. So we've been getting a lot of cockroaches, bugs, like spiders, ants, and little random beetles coming into the apartment. So I am also going to be spraying bug spray on the windowsill and by the doors. So here I am also cleaning the mirror, just to dust it. I like to start from the top and go down. So like I'll do anything hanging on the walls, and then I'll start doing like the tables, the surfaces, the desk, and dusting like that, and then broom and mop last, of course. There are a few things that I do multiple times, like specifically I'll pass like 2 or 3 times the floor because we walk on this floor a lot. And here I'm showing you that I grab one wet towel and another one that's dry because, for example, the tables, they have just accumulation of dust. So I like to do Oscar's desk as well. I do the back and I do the front and I do the legs of the desk because it's a really nice desk and it has this glossy red paint and it looks really cool in person, but it collects a lot of dust over the week. I haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna be honest, it's been more than a week. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've done this. So it definitely needed it. And I like to use a damn towel for this because I'm not gonna be wasting a whole roll of paper towels doing this. So I just use a wet or like a damp microfiber cloth, and I just put water and a little bit of dish soap and I rinse it over and over and over and over and over. Again, since I already moved the desk forward, I'm gonna broom behind it. So I'm gonna broom the area because of course I'm gonna mop after this. But I always like to do multiple passes in this area. Sometimes I'll broom first and then I'll vacuum after, but the vacuum had to charge before I do the room. So it is summer here, and even though it's raining a lot, it's also like Florida, so it's very temperamental weather. So it'll be super sunny 1 minute, raining, thunderstorms the next. So as soon as I'm done cleaning the windows, I lower or I close those blinds immediately because the AC in the apartment gets very, very hot, or the entire apartment gets really, really hot because there's so much light coming in from those windows. So as soon as I'm done brooming and mopping or dusting that little area, I put the desk back. I also dust Spider-Man and I close those blinds immediately, and I broom and mop with the blinds closed, just for the sake of, you know, making sure the apartment doesn't get hot, and also because, you know, the electricity bill, God knows, needs to go down. So here I am again moving the chairs forward, brooming. I also keep the baseboard dusted this way as well because as I'm brooming the floor, I can easily broom the dustboard or the baseboard. And here I'm going with like my damp little cloth, doing the front of the TV, doing the back of the TV as well, and just dusting as much as I possibly can because, like I said, this area, it looks very clean and organized the majority of the time, but there are 2 separate things. One thing is dirty and the other thing is messy, right? So when I refer to something being messy, I always think of like things being out, like the pillows being out of place, stuff on the table, stuff on the desk, plates or food being left out, trash on the floor, dirty laundry, the blankets being unfolded, things like that I consider messy because there's just stuff around the room, right? Dirty is like when there's other stuff out there, like there's dust, there's hair, there's bugs, there's trash, there's food, there's dirty laundry. Sometimes I'll take off my socks and I'll, leave them there. That is considered dirty. So I always like to organize first. Like I put everything away so that the area is bare, and then that way it's easier to clean right after. Another good hack that I've always done is that I turn on the candle before I start brooming and mopping, specifically in this area, because I'll turn on the candle, and by the time I'm done brooming and mopping multiple times, the area already smells fresh and clean, and it gets cold because the candle has been on for a little while, and then the floor obviously will get dry. So when that evaporates, it makes the apartment cooler, it makes it fresh, and it smells good because of the candle. So I typically mop 2 to 3 times. I know that seems excessive, but this area is small and the apartment is a little bit older, so it does get very stuffy. So again, it seems excessive, but I promise you, we walk on this floor, there's always dust and hair, and outside there's like a little bit of mud, so there's always cakey. So I always like to pass 2 or 3 times. This is the first wipe. I do it with water and Fabuloso. I just go over the majority of the floor that we normally access, right? I have not moved the couch forward, but I promise you it is coming. So this, I just do it a quick first pass, right? Water and Fabuloso, quick. I try to go under the table as standard, like just a quick pass, right? Because I'm gonna do this multiple times anyway. This is like to get the majority of the dirt, the majority of the dust. And again, I already broomed, so I am just going back to rinse it, and I'm gonna come back. The thing is, like I said, multiple passes is always key. I like to do the first one with water and Fabuloso, then I'll typically do one with water and vinegar, and then I will do water last. But normally it's just water, because I think the most standard thing is water, just to keep it clean. And I am going to be moving the couch forward. Pretty self-explanatory, because when I move the couch forward, it's just the same process, redoing the process. I have not moved this couch forward in like 2 or 3 weeks. That is the honest to God truth. We've had family over last week and we were super sleepy, and it's just been, on the weekend trying to get some rest and then getting ready for work. So like making sure we have water for work, like our water bottles packed, our bags packed, and having lunch to take to work. But here I am again, just repeating the same step over and over and over, brooming behind the couch. I am gonna get into the corner over there by the lamp soon, because I know that area needs attention. Like there's dust, there was a little bug that was there, there was also a dead cockroach, and I am not the one. I also typically like to turn off the fan like that we have in the corner before I start doing this, because then I'll start brooming, and then if the fan is on, like if you see the little specks on the screen, like it'll start moving the little dust around. So I typically like to turn off the fan while I'm brooming, right? But I did multiple passes. So broom, get as much of the dust and the stuff behind there, like the debris, and then of course go in with the mop. I do multiple passes, water and Fabuloso, and then with water, of course. So here I am mopping now the corner, right? And getting behind. And this is again doing multiple passes to the area as well that I had already passed before, because it's getting some of the same surfaces, right? I also, like I said, this is the second pass. I'm just letting you guys know. This is the bug spray that I use. I use this on the outside and inside of all the doors and windows. I think it works great, and I know that it works because sometimes like I'll come outside and then there'll be little ants or little dead cockroaches or little beetles and spiders, and they'll be dead like on the outside of the door. So I'm like, okay, it's working. Like I said, it's been raining a lot and they've been coming into the apartment, so I do what I can to manage this in the best way possible so that they don't come into the apartment. So I like to spray outside, like by the door. I also like to broom that area often so that like if there are any little dead bugs that they don't collect, right? But here I am, I'm just spraying it on the outside of the door and doing this as many times as I possibly can throughout the week as well, even if I don't have time to clean this thoroughly during the week. But making sure that I do this sometimes during the week, especially if it rained that day, like when I get home, so that I don't wake up to like a family of cockroaches in the living room. Here I am, I just went to go say hi to Oscar because he kind of woke up. And I'm also letting the area behind the couch dry a little bit. I was gone for longer than I expected here, but you can just enjoy the view of the couch and letting it dry. Dry. How long was I gone? Who knows? But that's a good hack. Do you guys have any hacks for keeping the bugs out? Like specifically like during the summertime? Because it can get tricky. It can get tricky, especially with the bugs that fly. Like, how do you keep bugs that fly out of the house? Because if they crawl, that makes more sense, right? Because you could spray a surface. But how do you keep out the bugs that fly? Like the little flies, basically. But again, here I am grabbing the bug spray, and I push the couch back already at this point. So I'm making sure that I hit all the baseboards behind the couch and any surface. I also do the windowsill next. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna go back to the I don't know if you see this part. Oh, you don't see this part, but I opened up the door and I did the inside and the outside. I really hope that you guys are liking these videos and that you guys are enjoying them and that it's motivating you guys to clean or organize some kind of area in your house. I love it. And this is the before and after. I love it. It's super clean, super cozy. I wish all my furniture were white, but that will be in the future. That is my lovely corner fan. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Bye. Love you guys. Lo quiero.